just dropped into the premiere party for the movie Superstar, The Life and Times of Andy Warhol. And we are at the Asylum restaurant. It's brand new, it just opened up, and it's trying to create the feeling of an Andy Warhol scene and lots of characters from the movie. The event tonight is benefiting the Hollywood Policy Center.
Well, I think the spirit of Warhol really resides in many, many artists today.
Is there a problem in Los Angeles with freedom of expression for artists?
Certainly there is. This town is experiencing right now what is called a chilling effect.
I found that in making the film Superstar about Andy Warhol, we worked very much in the art world, and they were very, very cautious people, afraid of offending the next person, afraid of offending their boss.
Welcome to L.A. Span, a typical Hollywood premiere. Is there a problem of freedom of expression here in L.A.?
Freedom of expression is sort of a natural thing for us to be doing, both because our members are so involved in this issue.
Is there an artist in Los Angeles right now, any of you might know of, who is having a problem being investigated because of their work?
Well, of the 4 performance artists who were defunded by the National Endowment for the Arts, 2 of them live in Los Angeles, Tim Miller and John Fleck. As you said, I've been investigated. Should artists be censored in any way for obscenity? Kathy?
No, I think my basic attitude is artists should not be censored, that it is the nature of artistic freedom, that some people do art that people appreciate, some people do art that they don't appreciate.
You're teaching in the public schools as well as you're an artist. First of all, what was your experience being investigated? And secondly, how do you determine what are the standards that you teach children?
Then the discussion is, why should I give you my money for you to spit in my face? And that's the issue, whether you insult. Work at it, make it great, and put it out there and try to sell it, but don't go to the hind tit of the U.S. government and say, hey, we want some, give us. The government is too involved in our lives right now.
What bugs me is that Jesse Helms and the people that are attacking the work that they perceive as being anti-Christian are presenting that work out of context.
But let's talk about Piss Christ. Let's talk
about Piss Christ.
All right. Well, before we do that, the question I want to get to Kathy here, if I were an artist coming to you like Sherry and saying, look, I want to do this work, it may be viewed as anti-Christian, and I want it to be funded by the NEA, can you help me? What would the Hollywood Policy Center say about this?
Well, that wouldn't really be so much in our bailiwick. I mean, we're not a granting center.
But if another artist came to you, such as Ross, a playwright, and says, I object.
I think that the artists should get total funding to do whatever they want, because I think art from the government. I think artists are the sort of research and development.
I'm making motion pictures today, right now, they're shooting a film that I wrote. Not a nickel from the federal government. We had to raise all of it. I'm talking millions of dollars.
Well, do you feel that there should be standards of decency in a community like Los Angeles, which is, you know, a huge community with a lot of ethnic differences and a lot of values that are different? It's not a homogeneous community.
If she did a performance and everyone poured out the picket signs, that's fine.
Well, it would be
nice. Art is working.
I have a funny feeling that we will never resolve this problem of
well, what's
censorship
wrong with
of the arts.
I'd
like to thank my guests because we are out of time.
Well, I've been a Big Brother since 1972, so anything for the Big Brother.
Have you done it before?
I've never been auctioned before, and I'm turning red now.
It's a worthwhile cause, and it's a lot of fun, you know. And it's role reversal. $3,000.
I've got and now $4,000. You want it?
Would you like to know what this is like?
I've come here the last 4 years because of John, and I've always bid on him.
Still didn't get him?
No. Next year? Yes.
Welcome to L.A. Span. That was some fundraising event. And we have with us in studio a bachelor who was auctioned off at Big Brother's Bachelor Auction, Mark Atwood. He's been a Big Brother for 3 years.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I went for $1,300.
That's not embarrassing. It sounds like a lot of money to me. Out of curiosity, we should really know now, where does this money go for Big Brothers? What is it going to be used for?
Through why they want to be a Big Brother and so on down the line. It's a very thorough procedure.
And you obviously have to eliminate some applicants because they don't qualify for your standards?
Right,
and
that bad.
Mark, you've been a Big Brother for 3 years. What is it like? Why did you even get involved?
Well, I got involved because One of the things I made a vow after I went through school was to put some service back into the community.
Can you give us a little bit of background of, in Los Angeles, what a little brother, typical little brother, is that comes through requesting a big brother?
Basically, what they request is just a man.
So these are boys who don't have a male role model within the home.
There's usually not a father in the home.
That big of a difference, just because they have a man that you've screened that comes into their life to help them. And have you noticed any difference in your little brother?
Absolutely. In fact, I think he feels better about himself because someone cares about him and is on time when they say they're going to be on time, and basically devotes a good amount of attention to him. I think it helps tremendously. So it does happen. It's true.
You know, you become a true role model.
You bet. You know, you're making a little bit of a difference.
The problem for big brothers seems to be the need for minority male role models.
That's right. Strongly believe that these little boys benefit more by having a big brother than not having anyone in their life at all.
For any of you out there who are watching us and you think you might be big brother material, we'd recommend that you give this a try. At least go through some of the screening program, and if you qualify, as Mark says, it is a rewarding experience. Mark Atwood, thank you, Big Brother, and Ingrid from Area Coordinator Big Brothers.